and welcome to our regular Wednesday evening tutorial. I'm Pam Wrigley, makeup artist and wedding hairstylist. So thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to create a kind of beautiful kind of mermaid, kind of half up style that one of my brides asked me for over the weekend. So I thought I would share it with you today. Now, if you have any questions, please just type your questions into the chat box, and my beautiful assistant just behind the camera will read your questions out and I will do my best to answer. But tonight's style is actually quite quick. Once you've done the hair prep, it's quite a quick style to create. So it's definitely worth spending a bit of time on the hair prep so that the styling part is easier and quicker. So I've actually popped a few extensions into this practice head. When I worked with my bride, she actually had a trial a couple of months ago and she didn't have any extensions in her hair. She did have fairly long hair. I'd say it was kind of just maybe to the bra strap at the back, but this style actually looks best with a bit of extra length and even more kind of volume. So if you can, persuade your clients, my lady had some bonded extensions put in, but you could just as easily use clip-in extensions, which is what we have on this practice head today. Now I'm using some extensions by American Dream, but you can get great value and great quality extensions in lots of different places, and really I would recommend using natural hair. So thank you again for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss another tutorial. But basically the hair prep. So today I have used a little bit of our Silhouette Style and Care Lotion, quite generously. And I've just curled the hair with a wand. I've curled the hair and the extensions with the wand. And I've also, my practice head, I don't know about your practice head at the moment, but with all the kind of COVID and lockdown, in and out of lockdown, it's not easy to work on live models all the time. So I'm tending to work on practice heads more and more. I don't know about you, but if your practice head is getting a little bit worse for wear, maybe she's getting a little bit, hair's a little bit fly away, maybe there's a little bit of product buildup on there. So if your Silhouette Style and Care Lotion isn't quite enough, this is a great product for taming the hair and getting rid of any flyaways. But if it's not quite enough, if your practice head is a little bit well worn, and maybe the extensions could do with a little bit of TLC, then you can always get a little bit of your Super Ego Structure Cream, which is like a curl cream. It's got quite a strong hold, and you can just get a little bit on your hand. I have already done this, so I'm not going to put a lot on. And you can just smooth it over the hair, because really for this particular style, it's much better to get rid of any flyaways at this stage. So before we start twisting and turning and braiding the hair. If you're working with a client and she's got quite fine hair, then you probably won't need this. The Style and Care Lotion will be enough. But as I say, if like me, you're working on a practice head, then for sure, this Super Ego Structure Cream is fantastic. Let's get started with our style. So first of all, once you've done the prep, as I say, it's actually quite quick. So I'm just going to try and kind of get some fairly even sized sections. Now you can, I've got two quite big chunky sections here, and the lady, my lady's getting married. She actually, and I've got to try and do this, I'm using a mirror just off camera if you're wondering where I'm looking, but she wants the style to look, so I'm going to use this camera, use the mirror, sorry, and I'm just trying to do some twists kind of back to front using the mirror, but she wants the style to look kind of more down than up. So I'm not bringing these sections up to the back here, just below the crown. I'm bringing everything down, so it's all kind of falling down in this direction. So I'm going to give them a little twist, bring them together. Now you could, of course, do some braids here. Actually, before I do that, I might just give this little hair a twist here, just so it falls underneath nicely the way I want it to. Then I'm going to get these two sections, that's it, bring them in. You're kind of looking at what's happening underneath here as well. Now you may, well, you know, if your lady wants a bit of height and a bit of texture, you could have crimped the hair. But this lady just wants it smooth and sleek and kind of looking down, but styled. And I'm just using a little fabric band just to clip these together. Now you might find it easier to just clip the hair underneath, just so it's out of the way. Pop this on and just pop that little band on there. And then all we're going to do is just, well, you could leave it there, but I think I'm going to push it through there, pull it through the other end. Then we'll start to loosen this hair so it looks all gorgeous and soft. That's it. So it's almost like a twist and pull on each side. It really is a super duper style, and it will look effortless and gorgeous. And as I say, the hair prep is perhaps the hair prep and your kind of creativity are what can kind of adapt and change this style. So I've done a kind of little bit of a curl in the hair, but you could do a lovely beachy wave. It's got a few, that's it, let me take that clip out because it's only there really just to keep this hair. I didn't want to catch it in the little hairband when I popped that on there. So that's one, maybe. Let's have a look under here. That's it. Then I might do another one here. And you know, you could do them in different places. So you could do one side, one slightly over to this side. So it gives it a little bit of asymmetry. Or you could just go straight down the middle. But what I'm going to do before I go any further is just hide that band. I'm going to tuck it through and pop a little bobby pin on it. You could wrap some hair around it if you wanted to. But I'm just going to hide that. Now, you could also use some extensions in the hair. So I did do this style once on a lady. She wanted a style like this, and I said, you know, you definitely need extensions because you had quite short hair, maybe just past the shoulder. So she said, don't worry, I've got lots of extensions. And she did have lots of extensions, but they were all short as well. So what we did was we kind of added the extensions in a row at a time. So say the hair was here, I then added some more clip-in extensions just at the back here. So then when it got to the next level, it then gave it another length. And then we added another lot kind of further down. So they were all staggered. That's the word. So you can stagger your extensions if they're not long enough. So don't worry if you don't have like, you know, super duper long extensions because it's not essential. Let's do one more twist. Little twist as we go over. And you can see with the extensions that I've used here, we've got some different colours and tones in the hair. That's it. And I'll pull that out a little bit in a minute. And I think it just helps, especially with this style, especially on the practice head, when they have a tendency to be all one colour anyway. But it just gives the style a bit more depth and gorgeousness, I think. And this would be lovely if we had a hair vine just going down the back. But it's a super duper quick style. Oops, I don't want to catch that hair underneath, so I'll put another clip there. So as always, if you have any questions, you might want some information about our online bridal hair course. If you join us for the first time and maybe you're looking to start a career as a bridal hairstylist, We have our online bridal hair course where you can get your certification and get qualified and get insurance, so you can learn how to be a bridal hairstylist. And we've got about, gosh, there's about just I think probably about 200 hairstyles on there now. So there's lots of information on there, and we can send lots of tutorials covering kind of hair prep, hairstyling for different hair lengths, working with extensions and padding, blow drying, braids. So we've got lots of tutorials and lots of information on there. So if you do need any information or if you've got any questions, please just ask away. I am here to help. And let's maybe just do one more here. Maybe you're doing this, maybe, oops, no, you can see that bobby pin just catching the light. So I'm going to use a darker bobby pin so that I can make sure it is well and truly hidden. That's better. We're almost there. I think I'll just do one more at the bottom there. It really doesn't need a lot, this style. It's almost, I would say it's actually less is more, because I've noticed, I found when I've done this style, if you do too many twists, then you kind of, it ends up just looking a little bit cluttered. That's better. So I don't want to do too much. And then this one, I think I'll just do here and maybe lift it up just a little bit. And then we'll be there. Our style done. And then it would just need a beautiful, maybe a hair vine, just kind of winding prettily through the hair. So here I'm just going to tie this with a band and then wrap some hair around there. Now, what I would recommend as well, if you are trying this style, especially if you're doing a trial run, not to use your little snag-free bands. So I'm using these little fabric-covered bands here, because if you change your mind, she doesn't like it, you need to be able to get the bands out easily without dragging on the hair, messing up the curl, or any of the above. Oh, I think she's looking gorgeous. So now I'm going to cover that band with a little bit of hair. Just let me wrap that around. That's it. So if you've got any styles that you would like to learn, I'm going to pop a bobby pin on there. Please just send in your images and we will pick a style and create it next week. That's it. Lovely. So most of the styling for this, most of the time for this particular style was spent on hair prep. And she's kind of there. She looks lovely. She's kind of, it's down, very loosely styled and beautiful. And it almost looks down, but it's styled and it's kind of up and looking lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight's tutorial. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, just type them in and we'll get back to you. And as I say, if you've got any styles you'd like to learn, please send your images in and we'll pick a style for next week. And I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Have a great week. Stay safe out there and I'll see you soon. Bye. I'm going to put some extensions, some little